How did Tupi-Guarani influence Portuguese? Have you ever wondered how the Tupi-Guarani languages shaped the Portuguese language we hear in Brazil today? The story begins in the early 16th century when Portuguese explorers arrived in Brazil. They encountered indigenous peoples who spoke various Tupi-Guarani languages. Among these, Old Tupi was particularly significant, as it became a common language, or lingua franca, for communication between the indigenous groups and the Portuguese settlers. As the Portuguese settled in Brazil, they needed to communicate with the local populations. Old Tupi served this purpose well. It was not just a means of communication, it became a bridge between two very different cultures. Jesuit missionaries played a vital role in this process. They learned Old Tupi, taught it to others, and even systematized the language for their religious missions. This effort helped spread Old Tupi throughout the colony, making it a key part of daily life. The influence of Tupi-Guarani on Portuguese is most evident in the vocabulary. Many words related to local plants, animals, and geography were adopted into the Portuguese language. For example, the word abacaxi means pineapple, mandioca refers to manioc or cassava, caju stands for cashew, tatu means armadillo, and piranha is a type of fish. These borrowed words enriched Brazilian Portuguese, reflecting the natural environment and indigenous culture. However, the story does not end there. In 1757, a royal decree banned the use of Old Tupi, and Portuguese became the dominant language after the Jesuits were expelled in 1759. Despite this, the influence of Tupi-Guarani persisted. A Tupi-based lingua franca known as Nheengatu continued to be spoken in various regions, especially in the Amazon. This language spread through the efforts of the Bandeirantes, who were explorers of mixed indigenous and Portuguese descent. From a broader cultural perspective, the linguistic influence of Tupi-Guarani illustrates how European and indigenous elements blended to shape Brazil's unique identity. The Portuguese language in Brazil is distinct from that of Portugal, partly due to this indigenous contribution. This fusion is not only visible in vocabulary but also in place names and cultural practices that remains integral to Brazilian heritage. In summary, the Tupi-Guarani languages influenced Portuguese through serving as a common language during early colonization, being promoted by Jesuit missionaries, contributing numerous indigenous words, and continuing as Nheengatu. This influence has shaped the cultural and linguistic identity of Brazil, highlighting the rich interactions between the native Tupi-Guarani peoples and European settlers.